On the line, we have Joe Egan. Joe Egan, are you there? Speak to me. Yeah, so
Hello. How you doing?
you're there. It works. Oh my gosh. Yes, we're live on Zoom
Yes.
and we are speaking to a wonderful musician all the way from Nottingham, and he plays the guitar. Yeah, so Joe, how you doing, man?
Doing all right, thanks. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
you have a
how are
new
you?
single out. So what's it called?
I do. I got a new single out. It's out properly a week on Friday. It's called Morning.
Okay, and what's the inspiration behind that?
So I wrote it just over a year ago, and I wrote it around the time that my grandma died. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, it was the right time. So yeah, that was hard, but it was. And so because I was kind of writing around that time, like the tune kind of took on some of my feelings about that process and those things. So yeah, I think generally I tend to write music and then I work out what to call it and what it's about afterwards, because I feel that process works for me. But yeah, that's what was going on when I was writing it, and so I kind of that inspired how I went on to kind of produce the track for the single, and the choices I made there and the sort of feeling that I wanted to convey. So I wanted it to kind of feel like feel like the sort of birth of new life after that event.
Okay,
And
I get that.
the positive things that came out of that, the way that the family celebrated her life, and it was spring quite soon afterwards, and so it was like that energy that I wanted to put into it.
Okay, so that rebirth.
Yeah,
that rebirth, yeah, I get that. New beginnings. So who are you like? Speak about your inspirations there. Then, like who, like, well, I suppose inspire you.
Yeah. So lots of different things, but I think there's a thread that connects them. So I'm really inspired by jazz music and the jazz tradition, and improvised music generally. That's kind of what gets me going, improvising. And in terms of like specific musicians, I'm a big fan of Bill Frisell. He's been a big inspiration for me.
Cool.
And I think the thing that I like about his music and his approach is the sense of authenticity and honesty about what he does. I really like that. So yeah, that's something that inspires me. Yeah, Bill Frisell's playing. And in terms of other guitarists like Jim Hall, I'm a big fan of Jim Hall. I really like his stuff. And especially he played on The Bridge with Sonny Rollins, the Sonny Rollins album, The Bridge. Right. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. And that was one of the sort of, first like jazz guitar records, if you like, that I heard and really was inspired by. So stuff like that, really. I think, that, and then for some reason in my head it has a similar sort of feeling, is Chet Baker Sings, that album.
I love a bit of Chet now and again.
Yeah, man. So there's some thread there between those things in terms of inspiration.
Have you listened to the Frisell, Paul Motion and Joe Lovano trio?
Yes.
Brilliant.
That stuff's great, man.
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I'm saying, you know what? That came to Leicester, at Braunston. I think the Jazz House brought them up to
Jazz House.
Yeah, brought them to Braunston years ago.
Oh yeah,
in the 80s.
Yeah. Oh right, about to say.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Right,
it must have been in the 80s or something like that.
Okay. Got you.
And that's the 1980s, not the 1880s.
Of course, I'll be not that old. You know that.
Yeah,
putting that disclaimer out
absolutely there. Fantastic. That captured me. What captured me most about that, hearing them in Leicester, was they did this Dexter Gordon tune, man. Absolutely, called Fried Banana or something like that.
Oh yeah, I know that tune.
Absolutely fantastic. Fried Banana. But there you go.
Yeah. So So speak about lockdown in your experience, Joe.
Okay. Yeah, it's been interesting. I've definitely grown and changed through it.
You've grown. You've changed. How have you changed?
Of course.
It's developed.
Yeah, of course. Been a whole year. You know.
Yeah.
Go on, man. Speak on that for a bit.
Time has passed.
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, live performance is such a big part of why I play music. So there's been, that's been an adjustment. But I think the other thing that I've realized is I really, really, really love playing the guitar. And so actually, with everything that's happening and has happened over the last year, like I've had more time to do that, and more time just to explore the instrument and get to know the music and do things like I spent more time learning standards and stuff, and just enjoying that process and just spending a month working on one tune because there's no pressure to get a set together for another gig and something like that.
I hear that.
So being able to spend more time getting inside the music has been really nice. And it's prompted me to do ththings that I wouldn't have done otherwise.
Yes, and yeah,
a lot.
Speak about your Instagram lives. I've been really enjoying those.
Yeah, man. So yeah, just and sort of because like I was saying, it's the live performance thing that inspires me, and within that, it's the sense of community and the connection you get with other people. And so, yeah, it's part of sort of trying to re-engage with some of that recently. The last few months, I've been doing a weekly live stream. Just on Instagram at the moment, and I do it on a Thursday at 1:00, and I play for about half an hour to an hour, depending on how I'm feeling, what I'm working on. And yeah, I do different things. So I've been doing some requests. I've been doing requests of like tunes that people like to dance to. Yeah, man, because that's another thing I've been thinking about recently, like embodiment and like movement and dance with music is something
that's important, isn't it, Rob?
Of course, man. It's the most important thing about the evolution of jazz music has been the dance, and it's good that we're getting back to that now. I'm thinking, it's
definitely
the most important.
Actually, on that point, like the thing that really got me thinking about that was the last couple of years I've done a little bit of work with a tap dancer. And
good.
Yeah, that's super inspiring because it's like, there's the physical side of jazz and like the dance side of jazz. That's been really interesting. But yeah, so I've been doing these live streams once a week, and it's been really nice, like being able to connect with people. And I've started to sort of, I'm kind of thinking of it as a performance, but I'm also using it as a bit of an opportunity to sort of share whatever I'm working on that week and open the process up a little bit more. So it's kind of somewhere between a performance and a bit of a chat.
That's good. Okay, so introduce your track for us, Joe.
Oh, yeah. So this track is called Morning.